everybody. How are you? It is currently 4:38 in the morning. What in the heck am I doing up? Well, I've been busy all over YouTube. I've been posting react after react. I reacted to Foodie. I posted two tarot reacts, one to Melissa Gold Tarot, and I just posted one to Sunburst Tarot. And I also posted a react to her community post. So I've been very, very busy since yesterday. Don't worry, I got my cup of coffee. So this is part 2 to the part 1 of the live that Chantal did earlier. And as you guys know, if you've seen part 1, I had to jump on it because it looked like a really spicy live. And I know Chantal, if it's really spicy within a matter of a day, she gets rid of it. She dirty deletes. So I wanted to get my copy before it was gone. I didn't trust her to go get a good night's sleep and then wake up and do it then, because sometimes she doesn't allow for that kind of time. But while I was waiting on the live to process, because I was looking for the chat portion, it did not show up. I think she disabled the chat due to something that was perhaps said in the chat. So somebody came into the chat on the last part of her live and mentioned that Salah is living with his sister. And as soon as somebody said that, Chantal had a complete meltdown about it, and that person got blocked. So maybe that's why the chat got disabled. I'm not sure. But while I was waiting for it to process, I went ahead and did a react to Sunburst Tarot while I was waiting, because sometimes the chat portion of the chat takes a while to go through. It's still not up, but that's okay. I'm going to finish up part 2 because I saw on Twitter there is a lot that I didn't cover in part 1. So that's why I'm staying up, and that's why I'm going to cover it, because, again, I don't trust Chantal. I don't trust her as far as I could throw her, and I couldn't even pick her up. So how about we just finish this up, and that'll finish up my reacts for the day. Also, bonus, we're going to do the Twitter peeps, because there's a lot of stuff on Twitter, and I want to include that with the react. So with that said, let's get to the Twitter peeps. All right, y'all, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, so let's get into the Twitter peeps. Oh, one moment. Let me just get back where we're supposed to be. I lost my place a minute ago. All right, let's get to it, y'all. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, here's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So let's start here with part of the recap to the live, courtesy of the account DX, saying after a brief chart, she returns to her car and instantly begins raging. Oh, so she had a little near accident moment. Every single time she eats, I swear. Quote, "Stop using my content and stop talking about me." Says people flock to reaction channels. "I don't want to give her a view," mocking. Why? What did I ever do to you? Chantal, the last thing you want the reactors to do is stop talking about you. Do you remember when there was a blackout? Remember your reaction? Because I remembered it was quite shocking. Instead of being all happy about it, you were actually angry. You said, "Who do they think they are? Not reacting to me for a few days. Who do they think they are?" You know. So if you hate us so much, why did you freak out about us not reacting to you? We got really angry with you, and there was talk of all of us just not reacting for a while, and you just flipped out. I'm moving on to the other part of the recap. DX says, says that the fake event and whatever you're talking about happened how long ago? She is never going to break up with Salah and we can stay mad. Someone brings up Salah's sister by name. She blocks them instantly and deletes the message. Oh, yeah, that part made her go thermonuclear. Because somebody in the chat brought up that Salah is staying with his sister, not living with Chantal, and she just lost her mind. Boy, I hope we get to that part in part 2. I really want to see that. All right, so moving on. Tofu says, saving this for when Snaggletooth eventually gets kicked out of Kuwait. We can look back and laugh. So here is a section of the live. Let's watch.
And if for some reason we get kicked out of Kuwait, we'll move and survive. You're never going to fucking get us. So keep trying. Nobody gives a fuck.
If we ever get kicked out of Kuwait, why would Salah get kicked out of Kuwait? Why not just you? Why are you saying we? I don't think he'd be kicked out. I think you'd be kicked out because you, madam, are under a tourist visa and you have been snaky and slimy and overstaying your welcome and working while you're in Kuwait. Yeah. So I don't think he'd get kicked out. I think you would. All right. Fat Cow says the rent at 300 Kuwaiti dinar is among the lowest available in the area. Some other apartments for the same price in other MBTC camps have substantially better kept pool areas and facilities. I think she's renting in one of the worst MBTC camp buildings in the area. I don't know. I don't live there. I mean, we've seen the area. It is not well kept, to say the least. It is not well kept, and that's no shade on anyone living there, but it's in a lower rent type area. Fat Cow goes on to say, Foodie Beauty lives in low-cost housing that is provided for migrant workers, who work for NBTC, an engineering and construction firm. So, is that a loophole, Foodie? Is that the loophole that you're using to live there? It's meant for other people and not for you. Maybe it's under somebody else's name to make it seem legal. Maybe that's the reason why Salah doesn't want to be on camera with you. Foop Olympics says, in a stunning turn of events, Chantal has deleted the community post tab that she said she would not be deleting. Yeah, this has to do with French Fry Girl, the big one. But this part says you have 1 year to bring your butt to court, which I can do from here. And believe me, by the way, Chantal, you misspelled the word believe. You left out an E. I will get my broke husband to pay for another flight to Canada just to do it. Your time is coming. I will not delete this or let this go. I'm patient. Well, you deleted it, so I guess you let it go. That kind of sounds like you let it go. And Chantal, French Fry Girl has French Fry Girl money. What do you got? You're over there begging money from people to buy cat food for your cat. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you did. And you're also trying to grift money out of people during your recent live, saying, if you want to know my blood sugar reading, give me $50. You were just all about that money, girlfriend. Do you really think you could afford a lawyer and go into court? And I wouldn't be taking French Fry Girl to court if I were you, considering the neglect of the cat and all the medical bills that she could easily bring up. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You might end up paying for stuff, not getting money for stuff. Del Pondu says, anyone thinks she passed the medical required for a family visa or got the required health insurance or managed all of this in the 4 weeks she spent high as balls in Thailand. So what do you need? I'm interested. What do you need? University degree requirement. She said she dropped out of college. Foreign residents applying for a family visa must have a university degree that aligns with their profession in Kuwait. Specific professions like medical professionals, engineers, and educators are exempt from this requirement. Restriction on other family members. The new rules apply primarily to spouses and children. Other family members, such as parents or siblings, are not eligible for a family visa, Kuwait. Nationality restrictions. Certain nationalities, including Iraqi, Syrian, Afghan, and others, face restrictions or delays in the processing of family visa Kuwait applications. So there you go. Listen, Foodie, I don't know what visa you're on, whether it's a tourist visa, a family visa, but whatever the case may be, you've overstayed your welcome. You're supposed to go to Kuwait, spend some time, enjoy yourself, and leave. But you're using loopholes to overstay your welcome, to literally live there and make money. And I don't think the Kuwaiti government would appreciate that. I think that's a great big no-no. Okay, this is something interesting from King Savoy, saying, I clipped this image from Kiwi Farms with lyrics for Washing Machine Heart. It tracks too. So Washing Machine Heart, in the community post, Chantal posted this video for somebody, and the song is called Washing Machine Heart. And the lyrics, again, like when she is interested in a song or she sings a song, it kind of points to stuff that might be going on with her. It's her way of telling us a little bit of what's going on without being too revealing and getting in trouble with certain people. The lyrics are interesting. Toss your dirty shoes in my washing machine heart. Baby, bang it up inside. I'm not wearing my usual lipstick. I thought maybe we could kiss tonight. Baby, will you kiss me already? And toss your dirty shoes in my washing machine heart. Do it to me. Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Sounds like you're longing for somebody, Chantal. And between that and the Madonna song Live to Tell, where the person singing, there's things they can't talk about. Something is up with you. Something is up with you. Your song choices are interesting. Donna says also tagging stuff like what I eat as a fat girl and fat girl eating in all of her YouTube videos. LMAO. Yeah, those are feedy tags. So Chantal has a problem with all of us talking about her weight and saying how big she is, but on her lives and on her videos, she'll put tags that, whistle in the feedies, things they might be looking for. Fat girl eating, fat girl in Thailand, fat girl doing a mukbang, big girl, obesity. Like, she knows all the tags they're looking for. And those are her silent signals that if you're a feedie, come check her out. Spend some money on her. Val Girl says she wants butt pads for making $1,700 debt payments of her own making. But just remember, she has never been able to make $100 to $200 vet bills to take care of 4 different cats now. You're doing great, Foodie. So you can afford $1,700, Foodie. But you never could afford the vet bills, even when somebody paid for a vet visit, like Vegan for Life. How is that possible? That you can afford monthly government payments, but when it came to your own cats, no money. Suddenly you're broke. Don't have the money for it. Interesting how you got the money when you have to cough it up. Julie says, Chantal, let's see the past 12 months worth of payments. You've only started now because you want Salah in Canada. I distinctly recall her saying in a live a long time ago, she already paid it all back. The evolving lies of Foodie Beauty. So which is it, Foodie? Is it already paid off? Or are you still making payments? Like, keep your lies straight. You're confusing us. And for the love of God, if you're going to confuse us like that, if you're going to change history, at least be nice and buy everybody a neck brace, because you're giving us all whiplash. My neck hurts. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, Chantal, it's 6 in the morning in Kuwait. For all we know, this could be for rent or the car. F off, girl. Why are you naked in Why aren't you naked in bed with your husband? So here's another community post that she did that nobody asked her to do. She was just feeling ragey and grumpy. She decided to do it. She says, okay, here is the proof and receipts that I pay my debts. People are lying about me and saying I don't. So here you go. Where are your receipts, huh? So first picture below is a payment table of what I'm expected to pay monthly. I paid a lump sum at first. I used some of my payment for that. The second picture is a couple of screenshots from my online banking showing the payments coming out, which coincides with the payment schedule table. Chantal, you look at this picture. You got everything covered up. How can we see anything? There's nothing to see. It's just a bunch of, black squares over certain boxes, and all we see is $1,700. To me, that looks like a rent payment. To me, that looks like rent for an apartment. It really does. That looks like rent for an apartment. You came online and said it's 300 Kuwaiti dinar, which works out to $1,700. So it sounds like rent. It really sounds like rent. But let's keep going. Like, here we go again. Miscellaneous payment. Miscellaneous payment. Why is it a miscellaneous payment? I would think that a government payment would not be miscellaneous, but that's just me. And by the way, can I ask you something since we're here? If Salah paid your, is it mayor? Why were you sending him $9,000? Was he supposed to pay for your dowry? Why were you paying for his? I'm just over here asking questions because I'm just curious. Like, why would you pay his if he should be paying for yours? Ron, and this has to do with the deleted message. The message that was posted said, the message was that Salah is living with sister Hiba in Salmiya currently. Yeah, that's what made her get real mad. She's like, don't talk like that. Julie says, Chantal admits Salah was never going to Thailand last time and it was for a visa. So the constant BS gaslighting story you fed your viewers a million times, he has a work emergency. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty. Chantal said the reason she was in Thailand so long was waiting for Salah to complete her family visa paperwork. Let's watch.
No, I went there for visa purposes, for long-term visa, not for tourist. No, I went there for visa purposes, for long-term visa, not for tourist visa. Because when you get a family visa, you have to leave the country for a long time while your husband stays in the country to fill out papers and apply for you. That's fucking why, okay?
I wonder if the reason why you are applying for a family visa is because you've applied over the course of the last almost 3 years. You've applied for so many tourist visas. Maybe you were kind of getting a feeling that you were going to reach a point where they would catch on to you. To make it look less suspicious, you wanted to apply for a family visa and see if you could. Could you just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth frequently? Like hardly any time spent out of Kuwait. Is that why you did it?
So you can wait all friggin' month long in March for me to travel. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you said that about, I'm not going to go home for Christmas either. That's what you said. I'm not going home for Christmas. Oh, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then what happened? You did a live stream at your aunt's house. So I guess you lied. So can we trust your word? No, not really. You keep shaking your head no, but you might end up there sooner than you think. Yeah, she did a mukbang on stream. We're going to get past that part. I'm not showing the part where she's eating in her car. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. We're going to go past that. Okay, so for those who were asking in part one, who is Lucy? I believe there was a panel someplace, and this person, Lucy Dutel, was on it. This is the one that got Chantal all the way triggered. And Chantal decided to act like a mean girl and post her picture on her community post. The irony of this, Chantal is over 500 pounds, and you've got something to say about someone who is also a little bit on the bigger side. You're trying to throw shade, Chantal. At the same time, you're a shorty, and you are super, super, super morbidly obese. Like, how is the insult going to do anything? But here is the post. Fondue Pondu said, Foodie Beauty. And this is the post. Foodie Beauty, yes. Lucy, do tell. WTF are you doing on a hater panel talking about me when you look like FFG in 15 years? Thanks to whoever sent me this. So she's claiming that somebody sent it to her. How much y'all want to bet she took that screenshot herself? That she was watching the panel and she took that screenshot herself, and she saw a moment where she could just be a mean girl and pick on somebody's appearance. At the same time, look at Chantal. She won't come on camera as her real self. It's got to be through 1,000 filters. Take the filters off, Foodie, and take off the abaya and take off the hijab and show us what you really look like. Let's see if your face card has any value. I think it got declined years ago, but that's just my opinion. But, to talking about looks, that is so high school, girl. So high school. And you just look for any reason to be mean. And asking Lucy, what is she doing on a hater panel? She's doing what she wants to do. She was invited up. She's talking. What is it your business? Mind your business, Foodie. She's expressing herself. Mind your business. Land of the 80s says today's generation will have no idea what these are. I know what they are because I'm just that old. I know exactly what those are. Those are for drive-in movies. You drive up to them, and they're essentially speakers that you can hang onto your car window, and you can hear what's going on with the movie. Like, that's how we used to do it back in the day. I know I sound like an old fart. But I remember going to the drive-in and having to do that. And then having to go to the little snack stand and get your popcorn and your drink and try to find your car in the dark. It was fun. It was fun doing it like that. All of you younger people, you're missing out the whole drive-in experience. I mean, it was a whole doggone thing. All right, so I mentioned the whole Live to Tell song. Nana Spike T says, other than butchering it, did Foodie send a cryptic message to Salah? I've heard it said she used to sing songs that coincided with things going on in her life. Here are some of the lyrics. Here's some of the lyrics to the song. I have a tale to tell. Sometimes it gets so hard to hide it well. I was not ready for the fall. A man can tell 1,000 lies. The secret I have learned till then, it will burn inside of me. A man can tell 1,000 lies. The truth is never far behind. You kept it hidden well. If I lived to tell the secret I knew then. So this is about somebody hiding secrets and they can't talk about them. So we got the washing machine heart song where she's like lusting after somebody and why don't you want me? And then this song that talks about there's stuff that I can't say. So like, what is the message here, Foodie? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Salah? Are you talking about somebody else? I don't know. Who did this? Meow Meow says, sit and spin. I love this. Is that AI art? That looks like AI art. All right, are we all caught up? I think we're caught up. I think we're good. And that's fine. Because it's 7 in the morning. I want to finish up this part 2 and then upload it and get to bed and sleep for a few hours and be back up and working. So how about we just do that? Just do this part 2. I haven't had any sleep in several hours, y'all. Y'all might get me in rare form. Because when you get this tired, just things just fly out of your mouth. There's no control, no filter. I'm going to be extra silly today. Yes, I am. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's do this.
He doesn't have a regular job signal. He makes his own time. Are you going out with Salah or us? Actually, Salah might have to be at it with his friends tonight.
Not Chantal trying to make Salah sound like some big important boss. He's so important. He's so in charge. He's such an executive. He doesn't have to do grunt work. He could just walk in the office, stand in the air conditioning, run around and collect money, and that's all he has to do. He's not smart enough to be in that kind of position. He's not that smart. Because if he were that smart, he'd have you nowhere around him. No professional businessman with a solid reputation and intelligence to match would want anything to do with you, Foodie. They wouldn't even walk on the same sidewalk as you for fear of you tainting their image. You know, what would the neighbors think? That sort of thing. He's not an important businessman. He's not successful because if he were successful, why was he taking $9,000 from you? And why was he going to Kai Bella and asking about what money she was making and how many people were following her on TikTok and how much money she could give him? Successful businessmen don't sit there with their hand out looking for women to put money in it. Okay, so you can stop now with the lies.
So that's why I was thinking of taking you guys. Because you're my only friends.
Are they real? Are they really your friends, though? The people that come into your chat talking about food, asking you when the next meal is, and asking you to get desserts and eat them on camera. Are they really your friends? Are they really? Because the last time I checked, when you're friends with somebody, friends will not encourage you to hurt yourself. Real friends will stop you from hurting yourself. If you're doing some nonsense, they will call it out because they care. You know, they care about you, and you're doing some crazy behavior. They're going to say, hey, knock it off. You're going to get in trouble, you know. A real friend will help put you back in line if you get out of pocket. There might be some beezers that care about you, but there's a lot more that don't.
Yeah, Belly, eh? I'm his full-time job. He doesn't have a job because of me. You guys saw how much I pay in debt every month. I don't know how you think that we're going to be... if he didn't work, he would be booted out of here. Furthermore,
she just dropped something important. She just said if he did not work, he'd be booted out of Kuwait. Maybe that's the entire reason why he hasn't walked away from Foodie. Because if she's giving him money and it looks good on the books, the Kuwaiti government might leave him alone. But if she were gone, there would be an issue. Maybe that's the entire issue of why he hasn't walked away. It's not about love. It's I happen to be in a place where I have to look like I'm working somewhere doing something. I got to show something on the books. So things were set up to make it look like he's working when he's really not working.
how are we paying this car payment a month is almost $900 because he doesn't like
You poor fool. Is that what he told you? Are you sure it's
to have
900?
debts for long.
Hush. Don't interrupt me. That's rude. Respect your elders. Are you sure it's 900, Foodie? How do you know for sure it's 900? Because he told you? Are you sure? 900 for a low-level car with a fire extinguisher, it seems a little outrageous. I mean, you're not exactly driving a Mercedes. I mean, the Timu Mobile got a bad rating. There's a reason why it's not sold over here in the States. But $900 for the Timu Mobile? Are you sure he's not grifting you? That the payments are lower and he's just getting some extra on the back end for himself for his extra red room activities? You know, the same way that Nader was ripping you off when you were seeing him and you were paying prime prices for Coca-Cola. And he charged you $300 for, shall we say, pizza mushrooms. You know, a scammer and a con artist can smell stupid from a mile away, and you got that cologne all over you. You're gullible. You don't know the language. You can't read nor write Arabic. You don't know how to talk to people. You're an easy target. He might be pocketing some money on the back end.
He doesn't have any debt except this car, which will be paid off in. How long have we had this, Sherry? Maybe a year and a half. It'll be paid off. He's smart. He's smart with his money. Yep, 900. Yep.
No, he's smart with your money. He's not working. He's smart with your money. He probably has the thought of, she's a pain in the butt, and she's a whole lot of temper tantrum and anger that I don't want to put up with. But doggone it, if she's been here for almost 3 years and I put up with her this long, I want to at least get something out of it. Even if it is a car, I'll take that. So I'm not walking away with nothing and feeling like a complete fool. You ever think about that, Foodie? That he's doing this sugar baby thing of like, get as much out of the sugar mama or sugar daddy as you can before it ends. So go for a big purchase like the car. Have you pay it off. That way, before he drops you or before you drop him, he's got a vehicle to do other things.
Oh yeah, for Fueg, because look at most people get a car payment for 5 or 6 years, so they pay less. But then it's like takes forever to pay off, right? He's smart that way because this will still have warranty. It'll still be very well maintained and work well. So the resale value will be a lot more. We'll get a lot more money than if we paid 5 or 6 years, you know?
I seriously doubt that the Timu Mobile is in mint condition. You got to know that car is dirty inside. Her constantly doing car mukbangs, eating food. There's food crumbs all over the place, maybe some wrappers or some sort. She's ruined the inside of that car. Maybe the seats might be stained with something or the other, if you catch my drift. Like, she's ruined that car. If they try to take it back, I don't think the dealership would want it back.
It's hectic. It's not my problem. So, yeah. Yeah, it's only financed for a couple of years. I don't know exactly how many. I think 3, but we've already had this Sherry for what, over a year? So there's maybe a year and a half left, and that's it. You know, it'll be his car, our car, whatever. And then, you know,
I think it'll be his car. It'll have to be his. If something happens and Foodie has to go back to Canada, it'll be his car. And even if you don't completely pay it off for him, he's only going to pay on it for about a year. I'm sure he could swing it for about a year, and then the car is free and clear. It's his.
No? Only pay cash. Well, who has over 30,000 cash? He used to pay his cars cash. His old Honda Accord, he paid with cash for that. Oh yeah, Anna. I don't know, Fufue, but resale value goes down when you buy a car. You literally don't have to answer some of these questions for nosy people. I know, Teardrop. I always get in the trap. He's not rich, but he's smart.
He's not rich, but didn't you tell us that he doesn't have to work? He's so doggone successful. All he has to do is walk around and collect money. That sounds like a well-to-do man to me. That does. It sounds like a well-to-do man. Like, you don't even have to work. You just walk around collecting money from people. So if he's so well-to-do, why isn't he making the car payments? Why are you making the car payments, ma'am?
You don't have to be rich if you're smart. If you're rich and smart, well.
The fact that he hooked up with you tells me that he is neither rich nor smart. Because if he were rich and smart, he would not be with you. He would not put up with you. As feral as you are, he would not put up with you. I can't think of a single rich, successful, smart man that decided of all the women in the world they could pick from, pick the most feral, out of control, embarrassing beast known to man. With bad social graces, bad table manners, burps, farts, acts inappropriately on camera, doesn't take a shower. Why would a successful man want anything to do with that?
It's not a trap if you have nothing. That's exactly true. I have nothing to hide. But people have a right to hide their personal business, Sigma. That's what Teardrop meant. Okay, I can't stand this shit.
And yet, you revealed your personal business. You decided to put what looked like your financials on your community tab. Wouldn't that be considered private? So why were you revealing it again? Why? You know, all of this stuff is going to be lovely, y'all, when the breakup happens. And trust me, it's coming. I don't care what she says. This Kuwait arc has to end at some point. And from the way this Salah's been behaving, he is done. It's just a time of waiting right now. We got to be patient. But all this stuff she's saying right now, let's see what she says when she gets back to Canada and it's over and she needs content. And she's going to reach into her pocket, into the old faithful of I'm a victim. He was mean to me. He cheated on me and I never forgave him. All that stuff. It's going to come out. She's going to pull all that stuff out of the pocket.
It's too hot. No, he's not rich. I never said he was rich.
You kind of did. Before you went to Kuwait, you painted this picture of Salah, how successful he was. He's a successful businessman. He's so successful that you could quit YouTube and stop doing YouTube videos. And yet here we are. Nearly 3 years later, here we are. You're still doing videos. And on top of that, you're doing private Foodie content. So if a man had a wife who was on YouTube doing distasteful content, and this man loved his wife and decided, I love my wife. There's no reason for her to act like that and do those things. I'll take care of her. Why isn't he taking care of you? Why haven't you stopped doing the Foodie content on YouTube where you make your money? If he's in a position where he's got money, he could take care of you. Why isn't he doing it? Why are you still continuing to hurt yourself for money?
poor and dumb. Shut up. You're not... Get the sun out of my face. My song cover? Thanks, Bear. I'm not going vegan. No, his father doesn't give him money. Not that it would be your business, but he's not going to support our life. Come on. I said he collects money? Where?
You did say that. You said he collects money. He walks around and collects money.
He collects his money, his income, his paychecks.
That doesn't even make sense. That does not make sense. Let's just say Salah was a successful businessman. A successful businessman does not have to walk around collecting checks. That's dumb. If you're doing business with people, they just, direct deposit the money or send it to you. You don't run around collecting checks. That don't even make no sense. Somebody pays you for something, they just send it to you. You don't walk around collecting it.
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, he collects his money that he earns. His share. He's a shareholder. He invested in a business here, and he's a shareholder, so he collects his money.
Actually, no. The story that I heard was it was Salah's father who invested his money into the company so that Salah would have a share of the company. Maybe he did it as kind of an incentive to his son to actually be responsible and work and do something besides live off of women and their means. Maybe Salah's father was just trying to give him a kick up to be an adult and be responsible. And then I also heard the money was taken out of the company. So he doesn't have a share in the company anymore.
He doesn't go to work, on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I find that hard to believe too. Again, I can't think of a successful businessman. If you've got employees underneath you working for you, doing whatever, it's your business. You're involved in it. You want to be involved in it. You want to know what's going on. You're getting constant phone calls, texts, all that stuff that you have to answer, that you got to stay on top of. So he's stays in his room playing video games. How in the world is he managing other employees, being part of a company, making sure it's run right, if he's not even there half the time?
He's had many different jobs in his life, It's not only needs more trees. There are a lot of trees in certain places. I could take you guys to a place that's really green. Yeah, he just sits back and collects the money. Exactly.
Chantal, you can stop now. It's been almost 3 years. We've been exposed to Salah enough. We've got him figured out. This guy, he's just basically a layback, meaning he just lays back. He lays back in the seat, relaxes. If you were a passenger in the car, he'd be in the back seat looking out the window, keeping it casual. He doesn't want to drive. He wants to ride shotgun or wants to be in the back seat, kicking his feet up, that sort of thing. That's his attitude. He is not a go-getter. He's not a mover nor a shaker. He's not about, what can I do to make money today? What can I do to be productive today? If anything, he strikes me as someone that he avoids being productive. He wants the easy life. He feels entitled to it. He's under the impression that he's good looking enough that women should just throw money at him, which is not the case. Just because he found you and you were dumb and you gave him money doesn't mean all women feel that way and all women are going to do that. By dumb luck, he found you. And he's been milking you like a cow ever since. But the milk that he gets from you comes at a price. Ooh, does it come at a price? That's some expensive milk. It came at the expense of his health, his stress levels, his blood pressure. You have aged that man so much in almost 3 years.
Because people were like, he doesn't work a normal, he's always sleeping, he's not out at normal hours, blah, 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 like at work, 9 to 5. When you're a business owner, you just sit back and collect your earnings.
Oh, shut up.
No, he doesn't work with Allah Shabib. Hey, Hidden Sapphire. He has her in a brand new car. He would get out of bed and find a new source of income. He's waking. Actually, Claire, why would he want a new source of income if he doesn't need it?
Because apparently that business that he's a part of, it's not doing so well. You told us at the beginning he was a successful businessman, so successful that you could quit YouTube forever. And yet, when you came home to Canada, what was he doing? What was he doing, Foodie? He was talking to Kai Bella, asking her, how much money you make? How many followers do you have on TikTok? Can you send me money? I want you to pay for your own plane ticket to come up here to Kuwait. Like, he was looking for money. He didn't want to give money away. He wanted her to spend her money. Looking for money. What successful businessman does that? If they have their own money. Nobody. Absolutely no one.
Like, I don't get your point. No, that's okay, Tracy. You can leave her. Whatever. Why would he be out of bed? Like, you don't know what time he went to bed. You know? Like, he has to sleep. You don't know how much he makes. Like.
And here's the thing. Neither do you. Because you told us in another live stream when somebody asked you, what exactly does Salah do? This man of mystery. What does he do? You're supposed to be his wife. Simple question. What does he do exactly? What's his job? And you said outright, I don't even know. I have no idea. I can't think of a single wife that if you ask them the question, what does your husband do? They wouldn't know the answer. But you didn't know. You still don't know. You're just making stuff up. I don't know what he does. I have no idea. He could be doing anything. He could be playing checkers in golf shorts on a Sunday morning, wearing a straw hat for all you know. You don't know. You don't know what he's up to. You don't know he's hanging around. Because the two of you don't live together. That's why you don't know. And because you're also not really married. It's an on-camera marriage. It was never a real marriage, because if it were a real marriage, you would know a lot more about your husband.
If you were earning enough money with having to do less, why would you want to? You probably wouldn't either. But we do want to do more things. Like, another good side income is our couples channel. Honestly.
But you're not doing anything on the couples channel. Salah has to pull you by a 10-ton rope just to get you to walk a few steps. You were at the beach recently in the members only live. He wanted you to walk and you were whining like a baby, saying, I don't want to. I don't want to walk. When he's around, you don't want to walk. But yet when he's not around and you're in the mood for some food, you'll walk everywhere, won't you? You sure will. You'll get in that Timu mobile and you'll get down the road and you'll walk to the Lulu Man to get that ice cream. You'll walk to that Starbucks to get that coffee. You'll walk to the bakery to get them pastries. Suddenly you find the strength and the motivation to make those legs move underneath you. But when he's around, don't want to do it. So where exactly are you going to travel where you can get good footage and you're not moving? Answer me that.
Honestly, even if we only do one video a week, we were making pretty decent money for just that one video a week as a side hustle. There's all kinds of little things you can do, you know? Yeah, Mary, I do ignore her. That's just a dumb comment, that's all.
Yeah, and you doing private content is your side hustle, and that's the bulk of where your money is made, girl. That's why you don't care about your YouTube channel no more. It's just an open portal that you can get into, get in front of people. Your videos and your lives are basically infomercials for the feedies out there and the other guys that have fetishes. And once those guys get in front of you, you pull them onto Instagram, you pull them onto Cameo, perhaps somewhere else. That's where the real money's made.
Why should he get out of bed and go find another job when he makes a good enough living doing what he's doing? Like, Tracy's on a blocking wall. No, I'm not mad that she did, but whatever. Like, my dad is a shareholder in a big company, but he's very actively involved in decision making. How do you know he's not? He is involved in the decision making. He's very involved. Salah's
I don't believe that. Salah has a hard time deciding whether he wants to play Crazy Frog or Happy Birthday. I can't see him making complex decisions for a company.
business meetings a lot too. It's not the same kind of business. You don't know what it's like here. You don't know what kind of business, like what is involved in the, you know. I know, we have to do more videos. I don't think that it's like anybody's business, you know. Yeah, for what he does, like his.
She only says that when she doesn't have an answer. And she can't think fast enough to make up a lie that sounds believable. If somebody asks her a hard question, and for someone like Foodie, somebody asking, what exactly does he do? For her, that's a hard question because she hasn't thought of a lie as an answer. So she comes back with a defensive answer of, that's really personal. It's nobody else's business. That's privacy. Because she hasn't thought of a lie that she could tell us that we would actually believe.
How he makes money is no one's business. He makes money.
Apparently not even your business, girl, because you don't even know, and you're supposed to be the wife. You're not disturbed by that you're the wife and he don't even tell you.
You know, I'm not lying.
You always lie. You know that what would be amazing content, Foodie? Something that would revolutionize your channel, turn it on its literal head. Something that would shock the heck out of girl world. Our jaws would just drop to the floor. Content where you actually tell the truth and you stop lying. That would be revolutionary for you. That would be a first. Foodie Beauty coming on camera, not lying, telling us the truth. That would set girl world on fire. What? Foodie's telling the truth? She's not lying? She's not telling us a lie with a bunch of holes in it? Excuse me? What? Our heads would explode if you did that. Mine would. I'd be like, huh? What happened here? Who is this? Who is this person in front of me? It would be great. It would be great if you told the truth. And here's the bonus. If you tell the truth, you don't have to think of the lie you told and remembered exactly how you told it. And if you told a lie, you might not get caught in it. Cut out the middleman. Just tell us the truth.
That's the thing. But I'm not going to tell you every detail about his business and his life. It's not your business. It's his. People don't understand shareholders in the Middle East, other parts of the world. My family has shareholders in businesses in Asia, and they're like Salah, relaxing. Mashallah. There you go, in Sapphire. Hey, Jeshri, Estonia. It's not like he's a friggin' CEO of a bank and has to be in the boardroom all day. It's not like the fucking, like, you know what I mean? I think people think that when they think of business, but that's not what it's like. Yeah, Nina. You posted your receipts of what your bills. Yeah, but not about him. These are my bills. This is my debt. You know, mashallah, he said just take care of your debts.
You know, I would think that if you were a business owner, especially a small business, then that would mean you'd have to work even harder, being on top of things, being around every day, spending every waking moment and hour to make that business successful. You might reach a point later on where it's so big and so successful, you've got some free time and you can just kick back and enjoy yourself a little bit. But in the beginning of any business, a small business, like, you are hands on. You can't take your hands off. Your phone is constantly blowing up. You're constantly getting text messages. You're getting phone calls. You're busy. You have no free time to yourself. You sacrifice your free time to make that business successful. And as far as I can tell, the perfume business has not been picking up, not exactly booming.
Is everything else? You know. Retail and food, yeah. No. What does my receipts have to do with his business, Marissa? It has to do with my debt. Because people were saying that I don't pay my debt. They don't think I pay my debts.
You know what, Foodie, when you showed those receipts of your bankruptcy payments, I was reminded of something else you did. We are trying to offer up receipts of something else you did. Remember that document you tried showing us, the paper talking about the court case? There were a whole bunch of little pieces that you cut out from that piece of paper, and it looked like a Xerox copy of something. You were trying to offer a proof, but it did not look official. It didn't have an official seal, nothing. So your little receipt about what you allegedly paid to the government, there was so much stuff that was blanked out. You couldn't tell what it was for. Your receipts always suck like that.
No, I'm not a shareholder. Kuwait, yes.
I mean, that $1,700 payment could easily have been for Salah's ingrown toenail.
Yeah, we're married, but
No, you're not.
in Islam, you know, the belief is you have your money, he has his money.
But you're not really married.
And it's highly frowned upon for him to go into your pockets.
But he does it, though. And he's proved that he will do it. He took $9,000 from you up front. And then while he was talking to Kybella, he was looking to dip into her money. So obviously this guy has no problem going after a woman's money. He has no problem sticking his hand out and saying, give me money and pay for me, and you're going to send me money, and you're going to be my personal slave, and woof, 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 and all that nonsense. He was looking for a sugar mama, Chantal. He was looking to trade up from you. See, that's the part of the whole Kybella thing you won't talk about. You won't address that. You don't dare. All you want to talk about is the adult stuff in those text messages, but you don't want to address the other stuff. The other part of those messages where he was asking her about her income, her TikTok account, the followers, how much money does she make? How much does she make per month? How much is she going to send him? He was trying to line up Kybella to replace you because you're just too much for anybody. So why don't you talk about that?
No, he can't get in trouble for my debt. I don't think so. Maybe as married people? I don't know, but we're not living in Canada, so. And I'm paying my debt. So if I wasn't paying my debt and I defaulted and people were coming after me, that would be different. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They can't come after him here. I'm a CFO. Marissa and Sigma need a hug. It's okay. They don't make any sense. So not being married in Canada is still married. Yeah, but we don't. Like, it depends if you're a resident of Canada, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you guys don't know my full situation. Can people move on? In Islam, husband has to take care of his wife financially. Wife can do what she wants with her money. That's it. Don't think it's a Western mindset. Don't think in a Western mindset. Yeah. It is the husband's position to pay the bills. Exactly. Our debt's like taxes. Well, if you have tax debt, that would be a debt, yeah.
And she had a lot of it. She had a previous bankruptcy on her record. I don't know if that ever got taken care of. And then she had another one. And Foodie thought that she could get the second one excused. But that didn't happen. She was counting on that being excused, and that didn't happen. And that's why she owes so much money. That's where a lot of the problem is. She just owes a lot of money. And why does she owe a lot of money? Because when she was making a lot of money, she did not pay her freaking taxes. Again, Foodie, if you had played your cards right, the way you should have, you would have no debt. You could have paid off your debt in no time during Crackhead Olympics, but you did not. You were too busy paying for party favors and a crackhead that you're paying his rent, you're paying for his food, his phone, his iPhone, iPad, doing all kinds of stuff for him. You paid for him. You paid his way rather than paying your own way and getting your own self straight. That was your fault.
Very true. He does help me financially.
No, he doesn't.
Like, I get to focus on I get to pay like thousands a month on my friggin' debts. Pretty much most of my YouTube income, which is very meager pickings, as you.
What? Hold on. Wait a minute. What did you just say? Say it again. I got to hear that again.
Faulted and people were coming after me. That would be different. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Let's pay attention to this next part.
I can't come after him here. I'm a CFO. Marissa and Sigma need a hug. It's okay. They don't make any sense. So not being married in Canada is still married. Yeah, but we don't. Like, it depends if you're a resident of Canada, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you guys don't know my full.
I'm looking for the part where she talks about her YouTube paycheck and how small it is. That's the part I'm looking for.
Situation. Can people move on? In Islam, husband has to take care of his wife financially. Wife can do what she wants with her money. That's it. Don't think it's a Western mindset. Don't think in a Western mindset. Yeah. It is the husband's position to pay the bills. Exactly. Our debt's like taxes. Well, if you have tax debt, that would be a debt, yeah. Very true. He does help me financially. Like, I get to focus on I get to pay like thousands a month on my friggin' debts. pretty much most of my YouTube income, which is very meager pickings, as you guys say. You're not wrong.
That part, that was the part that I was waiting for. That is so tacky. Coming in front of your audience and complaining about your YouTube paycheck. Foodie, you're lucky to earn anything at all, considering the fact that you put no work into your channel. Literally no work. You just come on camera, turn the camera on, eat some fast food, and turn the camera off. Or you sit in front of a camera eating your food and looking towards the chat to carry the conversation. Whatever you're making, you're lucky to make that because you're putting in no work, no effort, and no performance. Whatever you're making on YouTube, you should say thank you to the Beezers for watching your videos because you're not doing anything to earn what you got. But why are your paychecks so small? What made them small? They used to be pretty big. What happened? Maybe it's the attitude that you had once before you don't have anymore. You were passionate about your channel. You're not passionate about it anymore. You're passionate about the side hustle, the feedy stuff on the side. You're focused on that. You don't give a crap about your audience on YouTube or if they enjoy what you do or not. It's a whatever thing. But don't complain to your audience for your lack of money. That's your fault. I remember back in the day, you used to get hundreds of dollars in super chats a day, but that's when things were really popping off. You were unpredictable. Nobody knew what you were going to do next. Nobody. Not the audience, not Girl World, not the reactors, none of us. We didn't know if you would pop up at Nad's place or your place and you were high as balls, acting crazy. We didn't know. That's what made it so wild. Like, what's Foodie going to do next? Anymore, we can predict you before you do something. We know what you're going to do because you've got the same boring routine. Monotony has killed off your channel. And it has lowered your audience members. Monotony gets real boring real fast. And you drifted into this rut, this place of stagnation where there is no movement, there's no excitement, there's no action, there's no anticipation, there's nothing. That's why the numbers went down. Because you put nothing into your channel. You used to be so on top of your content, sitting down, brainstorming interesting arcs. Literally just sitting there like, what can I do? What can I do? What way can I shock the audience? What story arc can I come up with that's really crazy and off the wall and just insane? You used to care. But that was back in the day when your YouTube channel was 100% of your income. It ain't no more. And your channel has suffered as a result of no care.
You know, I pay for treats, debts, Lulu's, the IRS. Yeah, I mean, you can make payments on your taxes.
You know, Foodie, the last time you spoke about your food addiction and how much food you were eating a day, you told us, I believe it was a live stream, you said you spent about $4,000, $5,000 a month on food. Now imagine if you cut out the food addiction, how much money you could have in pocket just from that. Like, how much money are you spending on food, on takeout? I mean, do you even know? I'm sure it's like $3 or $4 grand, maybe 5 or 6, depending on what you're eating and how much it costs. But just imagine. Let's do the math on that for a minute. Let's just say you spend $4,000 a month on food. Times that by 12. What is that? I need a pen. I'm curious. 1 second, please. I'm doing some math for you, Foodie. Like I'm taking you to school. Let's see. I'm not pocket watching you. I don't care what you make. It's not my money. But let's see, $4,000 a month times 12, 0,008. Uh, hmm, hmm, hmm. You're not going to believe this, Foodie. Check this out. $48,000. Girl, what? Just on food. $4,000 a month times 12, $4,000 a month times 12 months, $48,000. $48,000. So if you owe 40 grand, just using the B moment money, you can pay it all off within a year. Holy crap, Batman. $48,000 on food. And if you're spending more than that on food, there you go. But just to put it in perspective, $48,000 on food for one person. That's crazy.
Why would dirty text messages that are private have any relation to, especially for Canada? Like, if you ever came to Canada, that's so stupid. And there's literally no proof that they're his.
Yeah, there is. His voice was on the messages, Foodie. There were bits of voice attached, and it was his voice. He was saying more than just woof woof. He wanted Kai Bella to take out a loan or spend her money to come out to Kuwait to see him and do the unskinny bop with her while you were away. He wanted to get his jollies on while you were gone.
So, no. Just a bunch of Islamophobic haters making up shit as usual. I was wrong, Sigma. They're not his.
Yes, they are. And don't try to rewrite history, Foodie. You can't. Stuff's out there. You confirm they were his.
YouTube lover. Well, his extremists, are you talking about hitting Bashar, the Syrian dictator, in the face with shoes? It doesn't matter because Bashar has been bye-bye.
Chantal, you don't care about world events or anything political. Why do you even bother to act like you do? You don't care. You don't.
So all of that extremist shit against Syria, not Kuwait, doesn't matter anymore. He's not a refugee from that regime because Bashar, the dog, is gone. Bye. And if he ever comes back, he'll probably be assassinated.
Why does she even bring this stuff up? She doesn't care. She doesn't care. If something ever happened in Kuwait where Chantal had to go home, or things between her and Salah are over, whether peacefully or not peacefully, and she went back to Canada for good, she wouldn't care. This topic would not come up again. If she took off the hijab and the abaya, like, she's going to go full throttle on Salah.
Beating your wife if she doesn't listen? Please. I don't listen to him every day. He's never laid a finger on me. I don't even know what you're talking about, but, like, if that's true, whatever. Like, you're looking at Facebook posts, if that's true, from, like, probably 11 years ago. That's not his voice, Pookie. Yeah, you can. You can do AI voice easily. You want me to prove it? Canada doesn't give a shit. You think? Do you think, number one, that anyone would have access to his spousal sponsorship application for Canada if And when that happens, number two, do you think they're going to give a shit about some private DMs? No. At all. So, try again. H-Man is causing this chaos. Beezer perfume actually sold out. True, Teardrop. I need to go to the bathroom, and there's one here. Yeah.
Catering to the fetish guys again, are we? Why can't you do that off of YouTube? This can't be just a mere accident of like, oopsie, I have to go to the bathroom again. Silly me. I know that I have no gallbladder and that I'm constantly eating. And I know as soon as I drink the coffee, it's going to make me go. And I know that because these oopsie moments have happened a lot, almost every freaking stream. So it can't be an accident, Foodie. You're catering to someone or a group of people in your audience. Take it off camera. The YouTube audience, they're not into that fetish, or if they are, they know where to go to find that fetish, but it's not appropriate for an all ages platform. You hear me? Fetish stuff does not belong on non-age restricted content videos and lives. That's where I got the most problem with you. I got no problem with you doing stuff off camera on the correct forum. But on camera, YouTube, problem. You're exposing people to things they did not ask for. They are not prepared for. They don't want to see. You're not informing them of what's going on. Therefore, they cannot give their consent. You're shoving things in people's faces. It ain't right. Cut it out.
Doug, he's okay. Even woof woof doesn't even sound like him, so you can think what you want. Trolls always try to make shit up. They make up screenshots all the time. So have fun.
Chantal, have you ever thought about his fetish? I mean, I'm sure there's lots of guys out that have the poo fetish, and that's you know, they're out there. But have you actually stopped and thought about the conversation? It wasn't about him just liking poo. All right, he's into the poo. But just there were elements of anger and hate mixed in. Like his poo fetish is slanted in just awful, hateful ways. He talked about wanting to poo on Kybella, but on top of that, he wanted to poo on her Bible and her crucifix. He wanted to deface her belief. Like there are some very hateful elements mixed in with all of that, like almost like an anger thing. Like he wanted to take a Western woman and degrade her, but not only degrade her, degrade her faith as well. Very hateful elements. He wanted to do that to her. So I could be wrong. It sounds like Salah looks down upon women from the Western world. He really, really does. He's got this thing about being hateful to Western women. Like he wants to degrade a Western woman. He wants to humiliate a Western woman in the most disgusting way possible. He wants to use a Western woman. He wants to take all of her money, have her support him. So he's weird. He wants a Western woman sugar mama with money, but at the same time, deep down, he wants to degrade her and her faith. I want your money and I want to degrade you. That doesn't disturb you? You're a woman from the Western world. And maybe, just maybe, Chantal, since he's into that fetish, if you've ever asked yourself, I'm a disgusting creature, I'm completely feral, I'm down for anything, why isn't he coming for me? Like, why won't he come to me for his fetish? Like, what's wrong with me? Maybe I can give you a clue. Maybe part of his fetish is that in order for things to excite him and arouse him, it has to be a woman that he finds attractive, someone who doesn't want to be degraded, someone who minds very much being degraded. You don't mind. You're down for anything. There's no humiliation for you. There's no shame for you. All of that behavior might actually excite you. So if he can't degrade you, if he can't humiliate you, if he can't make you cry, it's no fun for him. Therein might be your answer. It has to be a woman he finds attractive, someone that maybe normally is out of his reach. And it might make it more fun for him to degrade her, to see the disgust on her face. See how embarrassed she feels. He can't embarrass you. There's no embarrassing someone like you.
In the desert. And if for some reason we get kicked out of Kuwait, we'll move and survive. You're never going to fucking get us. So keep trying. Nobody gives a fuck. Number 3, what is that? Stop giving them milk. I'm giving them milk to choke on because they make themselves sound stupider and stupider, Nikki.
Hey, you know what? I'm enjoying this milk. Are you guys enjoying this milk? I'm enjoying it. I prefer this angry milk over her boring buttermilk that she normally gives us. The mukbang boring buttermilk. I hate the taste of that. I'm sick of it. She keeps putting it on the shelf and I keep taking the bottles and smashing them to the ground because I'm like, nope, I don't want to taste that. That's not going in my cereal. No, ma'am. I prefer this much more. She's mad. She's fired up. It's improving the taste of the milk. Keep it coming, Chantal. Keep it coming. We love this for you.
Lily. Oh, sorry, SB. What's going on? I didn't see your message. Thanks, Nina. I'm on one today.
Yeah, well, so am I. I haven't slept in several hours. I've been putting up reacts all night till this morning. I haven't slept yet, so you're going to get it. You don't want to deal with a person who's been up as long as I have, because stuff is going to come out of my mouth unfiltered, and I don't care. Bring it, Chantal.
Yeah, stupider. It's fine. Support your local Lulu man. I did my fair share. Sock Beezer, you were the one telling me to tip it over. At the end of the day, I don't know why. Oh, number 3. Yeah. Anybody cares. Why people spend all day, these people who look like fucking Lucy or whatever her name was, the support group, you need support. You need psychiatry in your life, okay?
Still going on about Lucy. Still triggered by Lucy. My goodness. Just won't let it go. Will you, Chantal? You just won't let it go.
Okay? If all you do all day is obsess about how my husband pays the bills, how I pay my debts, like, you can't be happy in life. You need it. Like, you need help.
So tell me, how can you assess that somebody is obsessing over you all day when they're going up on panel for maybe an hour or two? Where did you get this conclusion? You see someone up on panel and they're talking on a panel, but it doesn't mean they're obsessing over you all day, Chantal. I know you like to think that we just sit here and obsess about you, but we don't. Believe it or not, we got things to do. There is a little thing called life outside the front door. You step outside the front door, there's fresh air, there's grass, there's trees, there's a bicycle. You might want to go take a ride. There's a golf course where you might want to go play some golf. There's all kinds of things you wouldn't know because you never go outside unless it's to eat or poo on the side of the road. That's when you go outside, or fake feeding the cats. But other people go outside for other reasons. There's more to life than just you. You know? I know that's hard for you to understand, but trust me, it exists.
You need help. Stay mad, because everything you say is wrong.
Stay mad. Says the person that she's been mad for 2 straight days and won't stop being mad. You stay mad. You stay mad, Chantal. You are much more interesting when you are mad. You stay mad. I hope you never stop being mad. I hope you stay in a state of fury for the rest of your life. It makes great content. You're boring when you're not mad, so you stay mad.
That's why I made that song. Everything you said is the opposite instead. So stay mad, babies. Everything. Right from the get-go, when I said I was coming here, he's not going to pick her up at the airport. It's going to last. I give it a month. Well, guess what?
You know, Chantal, you can wipe that little smarmy, smug smirk off your face. You think you've won. You like to delude yourself into thinking you've won. What exactly have you won? What victory has there been? What trophies, what first place medals have you won? What'd you get for sticking to your spiteful ways? Sticking it to girl world. I'm going to show them. What'd you get? What was the reward for letting spite rule your life? What'd you get? You got a whole lot of misery, a whole lot of unhappiness, a whole lot of loneliness, being infatuated with a man who wants nothing to do with you because he doesn't like big women, and he said so. He said that women over 200 pounds, he considers them to be cows, and you are well over 200 pounds. He is not attracted to you. You set yourself up for that joke, and now you're the punchline. You gave up the home that you did have in Canada. You gave up a roommate that actually cared about you. You gave up having 2 pets that actually cared about you too. They gave you unconditional love. You had real companionship. You had real love in the house. You gave up the real thing for the fake thing, you big fool. You could have kept that $9,000 in your pocket and put it back into yourself by not running off to be with a man that wants nothing to do with you. You gained over 100 pounds since you've been in Kuwait, and your mobility and your health are worse. Is that some sort of victory? Did you want that? Was that intentional? If so, you've won. But I don't see any positive aspect that has happened since going to Kuwait. I'm not being a hater, Chantal. I'm just being real. I don't see a happy, well-adjusted, on the mend kind of woman in front of me right now. I see someone who's got a lot of issues, very unhealthy. Your body is ready to just give it up. It's ready to break. Mad all the time, cursing all the time. You're acting the same way you did as you did in Canada, using food to self-soothe all the misery away because there's just so much of it, you can't get rid of it fast enough. If that was your victory, you got some pretty crappy prizes over there, I must say. So if that's what you wanted, well done.
Who cares, spleen? Why are people still even talking about that? It happened, like, the fake event happened how long ago? Whatever you're talking about happened how long ago? Why does it matter to you? Our marriage has gone on and is thriving. We're fine. We survived. I know that makes you mad. I know you really want to see me miserable.
I know you really want to see me miserable. I'm so glad I did this part too. There's so much in here. That was a wise decision on my part. I know you really want to see me miserable. You are miserable. You're miserable right now. You're mad right now. We're seeing it. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing it ever since you got over there. We haven't stopped seeing it.
Kicked out of Kuwait, single, and it's.
I don't like the way she said that. I know you want to see me single. What's wrong with single? What's wrong with it? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Single people can be happy people too. And if you're someone and you're single and you're working on yourself, it is ideal. You can just focus on what you need to. You know? You can focus on what you need to. I'm single. I'm working on myself. I'm not going to go running around chasing people. I'm too old for that shit. I am. Sorry for the bad language, y'all, but I am. I'm just tired. Been married twice, divorced twice. I am done. I just want to focus on me right now, and that's what I need to do. That's it. You know, I'm an old lady. Leave me alone. Get off my grass. Stop touching my trees. You whippersnappers. Oh, I'm in a funny mood this morning. Can you tell? This is what tired will do to you. You get so tired, funny stuff will just come out of your mouth. That's what I love about being this tired. It makes you extra humorous. It's a good thing. It's a bonus. Bonus for my channel members. Rose is funny tonight. Sure am. Wish I could just bottle this and sell it on the street. Anyway, let's talk about you, Foodie. You love it when we talk about you. We'll talk about you. We'll talk about you. You a miserable old mess. You are. You're a miserable old mess. And that's saying something coming from me because I'm older than you, girl. I'm 54. You're like what, almost 41, and you're more of a miserable old mess than I am. I'm crabby because I'm old. You're just miserable, straight miserable, big time. You are misery personified. Misery stuffed into cheap Temu shoes.
It's not going to happen. So yeah. Hi, Tammy. You don't know anything about his sister, and don't bring her name up. Blah.
Ooh, there we go. There was that. This was the part. You guys can't see the chat because she disabled it, probably because of that comment. Somebody come in talking about his sister, saying that Salah lives with his sister, and she just went thermonuclear in half a second. Freaking out. Too much personal information. Too much tea. Got to get rid of it immediately.
See you. Like, leave his family out of it. Leave his life, his business. Worry about your own fucking life. Like, you're here to watch my live streams, my videos. You're not here to know about our personal life. It's not your business.
You know, Foodie, this is what happens when you decide to make a channel and you do constant videos and lives that go on for hours and hours and hours, and you try to paint this picture of I have the perfect happy life with a loving husband, and people watch and they can see things don't look right, things don't smell right. that this supposed happy couple, they're not really a couple. There's no couple energy. He's putting off the energy of he'd rather be anywhere else rather than be next to you. There's no love in his eyes. He don't want to be near you, petting you on the head, pinching your cheek in a creepy way. You doing the baby talk and calling him dada, doing that adult baby fetish stuff. Weird, very weird. People start to ask questions. People make their observations. You can't stop it. You don't want the questions, but you put yourself out there doing these almost 4-hour live streams. Questions are bound to come up. If you're not ready to answer, maybe limit the amount of time you do your live streams.
Whatever, Spleen. It doesn't matter. Whatever you say. He never made a post. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that another self-confession? Because the I'm sorry post that Salah allegedly put up, everybody pretty much suspected that it was Chantal who wrote it. Just as it was Chantal who wrote that little I love you note with the Valentine's Day flowers. So you're saying that he didn't write it? Well, who did? Was it you? I bet it was you.
Must be fake. Right? Some of them are married, Nina. Like, worry about your lives together. Like, I don't get it. Shy. Spleen, go sit and spin. I don't want to have to go inside.
I don't feel sorry for you. You know you have no gallbladder. You know that every time you eat a big meal and you drink coffee, you're going to have to go. Can't feel sorry for someone who does repeated incidents of stupid over and over again. Stupid is as stupid does. And you prove the stupid does over and over again. You use the coffee as a laxative to empty out your system so you can put more food in. Like that's part of how you deal with the Foodie requests. That it dump out all the waste so your body can make more. I know this sounds gross. Sorry, y'all, but that's what she's up to.
Yeah, a lot of women message him. Trust me, I see it.
Sure you do.
Nina, ask them where.
You know what, Chantal, you got plenty of sock accounts everywhere. You got sock accounts on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You got sock accounts. He's got shoe accounts. Because he's running around all over the internet talking to women. He's using those shoe accounts to run everywhere to every female saying, hey, baby. Woof, 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 woof. He is barking at everybody. He's barking at all the women, howling. He's howling at them, trying to get their attention. Every chance he gets, he's howling. He's howling. You got your socks, he's got his shoes. He's running around everywhere on the internet.
Where's your husband? Thank you, Nina. Exactly. Where's your handsomest man? Unapologetically Mary. Just tell the haters to suck it. Your happiness is what pisses them off. Thank you, Mary. You don't want to have an accident. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate you. I'm probably even too open and like honest about everything.
What?
You know?
You are what? What? You are what? You're open and honest about what? Where? Can you explain? I'm confused. What are you open and honest about? Your bowel movements? Okay, I'll give you that. You are honest and open about your bowel movements. You're open and honest about your farts and your burps. Anything else? I think that's about it.
But whatever. Yeah, sure, I don't have haters. Probably not. If you're that obsessed, you must be a lover. You have to be. Because people I don't like, I'm never gonna watch them. Like,
but you watch FFG. You watch her content. You claim to hate FFG. With the fire of 1,000 suns, you hate her. And yet, you want her attention. She'll have a scheduled live. And you're subscribed to her channel, and you will purposely schedule a live when she goes live. It's happened so many times, Chantal. You claim to hate the YouTube Underground. You watch her too. This panel that you keep talking about, I heard it happened on her channel. So you hate Yaba. You hate FFG. And yet you watch them. Not everything goes through Yo Mama. He can't cover everybody all the time. You watch all the channels, every single one of them. You even come to my channel and left little nasty comments under my tarot lives. And recently you came in under the words that the name Chandra and Stella. I had fun trolling you, by the way. That was fun. Thank you. I needed my water. I was thirsty. But you go everywhere. So I guess you don't hate us because you watch us. You obsessively watch the reaction channels just so you have a reason to be pissed off. Hey, whatever it takes to make the milk better, do it.
no. I watch Yo Mama, but he doesn't watch somebody's usually not their whole stream.
Chantal, I'm going to prove you a liar right here, right now. You want to know why? How? Let me explain. So you've come into my tarot lives. You've watched my tarot readings. I know you have. I know you come to my channel. You've taken my intro music, you bitch, twice. That wasn't through Yo Mama. He doesn't cover me. So you don't watch everybody? You don't? You really, really don't? You sure? I think you do. Why can't you just come out and say, yeah, I watch the reaction channels. I pay attention. I'm interested in what they're having to say. Why can't you tell the truth? Why can't you do that? It'd be so simple. It's so easy. What are you afraid of? That if you admit you watch the reaction channels, you're going to get dragged over hot coals? Just say it. Just admit the truth.
And he's funny about it. It's comedic relief, you know?
No, he ain't.
Ask them to get 10 reactions to their vlogs. Right. Let's use the bathroom. I'll be back. Everything you said is the opposite and said.
So she's gone. Okay, we're getting back in the car now. Are we feeling lighter? You feeling better?
Maybe my views would go down, but I'm good. I don't care.
What was that? Hold on. Wait a minute. What'd she say? Okay, she's in the car. She's having trouble getting in. She might honk the horn with Gunter again.
That's what I'm saying. Decent people would not even bring up his job. They would worry about their own life.
Hold on. Stop right there. Chantal, even in normal conversation, if you're talking to people, you're being social, one of the first questions that people will ask to be polite and social, just to make conversation is, so what do you do? What do you do for a living? Or they might ask your husband what they do. It opens up conversation like, hey, like, who are you? And what are you about? And what do you do for a living? Like, what do you like to do in your time? It's just casual conversation. It's not necessarily nosy. Sometimes it can be, but sometimes it's a conversation opener. You wouldn't know that though, because you don't spend enough time around people.
They wouldn't worry about being so invasive. You know what I mean?
You feel it's invasive because it's a question you don't want to answer because you don't know the answer. Period.
Maybe.
If he actually had a job, a real job, where he was making good money from a reputable company, you would have no problem answering that question. It would be quite easy. Because he doesn't, you don't know what to say.
Oh gosh, AB. It's already almost 20 degrees. What the hell? There you go. Bally. Why no one sharing their YouTube money with Foodie? They know to come here for content. A whole true faces reveal themselves. Thank you, Bally. True. You know? Actually, if it weren't for my content, they wouldn't have what they have.
Try it. Tell your well-to-do husband to support you for about 2 months. Keep you off YouTube for 2 months and see what happens. I dare you. Come on, I dare you. We will adapt. We will cover other people. We might find a more interesting person to react to than you. And believe me, the bar is pretty low. You're not giving us much to work with anyways. So go ahead and disappear. We'll look around, we'll dig, we'll hunt. We'll find other people that our audiences will get into. There's plenty of cows out there, Chantal. The pasture is wide and the milk is sweet. It is fresh milk. It is not old, stale, soured milk. Fresh milk. Everybody loves fresh milk in their cereal. Everybody loves fresh milk making biscuits. Can't do nothing much with old, gray, sour milk. Ugh. You got to throw it out after a while. But you go ahead. You go ahead and see what happens.
Have. It's true. Prove it then. Stop using my content. Stop talking about me.
No, I'm not. I will not. Want to know why? Because of what you're doing on YouTube. You misusing the platform. You using YouTube as a platform to glorify your addictions, to monetize all your addictions, looking for enablers, looking for supporters. That's not what YouTube is for. You using YouTube as a place to put adult themed fetishes in front of people and they're unsuspecting and they have no idea what they're looking at. Just to piss you off, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to clock you on all this stuff that people don't know and don't realize because they don't know about these things. I'm staying right here. I am staying right here, madam. I ain't going nowhere. If you insist on subjecting the audience, people in YouTube, to things they really shouldn't be looking at, if you insist on monetizing your addictions, looking for funders and enablers and feedies to send you the super chats, make glorifying and monetizing addictions into a joke, subjecting the girl world and the audience of girl world to content they really shouldn't be looking at. People who, by the way, might be A minors and underage. I'm going to sit my 54-year-old ass right here and I'm going to call it out. So at the very least, the people who are watching this content will know what you're doing with your content. And they can see all the underlayers of that dirty onion you call a YouTube channel. They can recognize the adult content. They can recognize the glorifying of the addictions. They can see the darker layers that lay beneath. That what you're doing is not simply mukbangs. It's a lot worse. You're practically forcing certain kinds of content on people. I ain't having it. There's a time and a place for everything, Chantal. And YouTube is not the place for everything, especially adult related. There's a reason why stuff like that goes on different forums and websites away from most people, and especially from those who are not of age. There's a reason why that stuff is usually behind paywalls, why it's private. Just so those who are underage, those who do not want to see it, they're not going to see it. But you're sneaky. You sneak stuff into your content. And you know the line, don't you? Like how far you can push things, what fetishes you can do, and what things you can do on YouTube with that, and what you can't. And you walk the line. Well, guess what? I'm going to expose the line. I'm going to keep exposing it. I've been calling your ass out on the feeder content for years. And then I clocked you again when you started doing the BDSM thing in full view of the public on YouTube. Inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Doing the exhibitionism, the flashing, the poo fetish, the fart fetish. And now we got the adult baby stuff. It's too much. Take all this fetish crap off YouTube. Stop it. You're being stupid anyway. You want to make money with that stuff? You're not going to do it on YouTube. Why are the fetish guys going to pay for stuff like that on YouTube, off YouTube, when they get it on YouTube for free, dummy? You want to make money with it? You got to make it to where they got to pay for it first. They get it for free, they'll never pay for it. Hello? Take it off YouTube. Until then, I'm going to stay right here. And every time you do something fetish related, or anytime you get on camera monetizing your addictions and making it seem like it's okay and normal when it's not, I'm going to clock you. I will. You want to know why? Not because I'm looking to make a ton of money, because I know I won't. I don't care about that. I care more about calling shit out for what it is and protecting the public who watches you. I care about people. I care about the things that they're being subjected to. And what you're doing ain't right. It just isn't.
Maybe my views would go down, but I'm good. I don't care. Hey, Lemon Z. Actually, I think the opposite would happen, and that's why people flock to the reaction channels. I don't want to give her a view. Why? What did I do to you? Like, nothing. I defend myself once in a while.
Chantal, even if all the reaction channels disappeared tomorrow, and the clip channels and the archive channels, the people that watch us, they don't like you. They don't like you. And they don't want to put money in your pocket. Period. They don't like you. And trying to force people to watch you is not going to work because they don't like you. There's a reason why they come over here. People have a choice to go either to your channel or our channels. Door number 1, door number 2, and they pick door number 2 because they don't like you. Because your content on its own is boring. The reaction channels work harder on your content than you do. They add stuff in, they add their commentary, they make it interesting. You don't even bother to make it interesting anymore. You haven't tried on your own content in years. So you try to get rid of us. You can try, but it ain't going to work. Because if you got rid of one, here come 10 more. There's always going to be new ones popping up. That's just how it works. There's always going to be new reactors and new channels. going everywhere, doing things in a different way. I love Girl World because there's so much variety. I mean, you should be amazed yourself that you do your content and it's inspired people to do things in different ways and take different angles. That's what makes Girl World great. When you can take one person doing their same content and everybody's got a different angle. Some people do their commentary different. Like Sansa Cooks does the wonderful the breakdown of the things you eat. There are people that have done animation. I mean, you should be kind of flattered that people are using their creativity and thinking out of the box to make you interesting. We got to work hard because you don't.
But that's not okay, right? But people sitting on panels every day coming for me and being invasive in my life, etc.
Oh, shut your mouth. They're being invasive in my life. How? Commentary? How is giving an opinion invasive? How is that possible? Chantal, I react to you. I do. And I show the chat portion of your lives on purpose because I like to react to some of the comments and opinions there. I don't see one single reaction channel up in there bullying you, bothering you, invading your chat, raiding your chat. I don't see none of that. Nobody's all up in there. We leave you alone. We do. We don't bug you. How is that invasive? Somebody giving an opinion is not invasive. I don't care what you say.
etc. That's okay. That's totally fine. Right. Hey, on hold. Probably block them. Well, probably with good reason. So many employees.
We're not her employees. We get paid by Google, AdSense, and YouTube. We don't work for her. She don't even work for her.
Yeah. Drama pit.
She's such a bad boss that if she did own a company and we work for her, we'd fire her, not the other way around, because she ain't working. We are.
Hey, that's for sure. Okay, let's talk about where we're going tonight. I'm excited. If everything permits. I hurt the friggin' hose in there is high pressure.
What?
Snowflake says such mean things. That's okay. He's an insecure man. We know why, I'm sure.
Who? Who's she talking about?
Don't worry, he makes fun of fat women. Don't worry, us fat women don't want you either, buddy. I'd rather be a lesbian. Meal prep. The sieve. A racist apologist? Who? A realistic video on how you start your day? You think any of those how I live my day videos are accurate? Probably not.
I am so glad I did this part too. There's so much here. So much here. See, I'm telling you, Chantal, anger makes your milk better. It makes it palatable. I like this milk. I like it. Keep it up. Keep up the good job. Keep it up.
But sure, yeah. I wake up. I have my CPAP on. I grab my phone. It depends, really. Because if I'm awake before Salah, then he wakes up. Then we spend time together in bed.
No, you don't. What? No. You don't sleep together. You don't. And I say that not being mean, but I'm just thinking of the reality of the situation. I remember when you were back at the Canadian villa, at that time you were close to almost 400 pounds. And you yourself, by yourself, you had a queen size bed. That's what you require to be comfortable. You know, you want plenty of room to roll around and whatnot. Salah is a man, over 6 feet tall dude. So what size bed would it take for a now over 500-pound woman and a man to lay next to each other and be comfortable. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of a king size or California king. Anything smaller than that would be too small. Do you guys have a king size bed or a California king? I don't think you have anything that large. I think you might have a queen, and I think you sleep in it alone.
Hanging out. Then I'll grab my phone, look through it a bit, take my CPAP off. Then Julia hears the CPAP go off. She comes running up. I go, "Did you come see Mom? Did you come see Mom?" And then
She doesn't run up to you. I could tell by that cat's body language she don't want to come up to you. My cat Booger, you guys see her. She jumps on me all the time. She's like a little rabbit, jumping up on her mother, putting cat hair in her my face. I have never seen Julia jump up on Chantal like, "Hey, Mom, I want your attention. Hey, Mom, pet me." When your pets love you, they are all over you. They're all up in your business. I haven't seen Julia do that to her once. Chantal always has to reach down and grab her, and then she holds her in a very awkward way. And all the while, Julia looks up like, "Somebody help me," before Chantal leaves her alone. She don't come up to you. She don't like you. She don't like you.
I get her breakfast, scoop her 5 piles of crap she leaves for me every day.
You don't clean out the litter box. I bet anything Salah does it.
Lemon tea. I think he's really attracted to bigger women. The butt washer can be rigged all the way up. But, ow, friggin', seriously, it will give you a fissure. You gotta be careful.
Why is she talking about this? So she went into the place. She did her business. Then she starts talking about the bidet in there. And now she's talking about this. Stop catering to the fetish guys, Chantal. It's sick. Quit it. Nobody needs to know about your bowel movements or what came out or what it looked like or what texture it was or if it ran down your leg. Girl, stop. You don't need to get that graphic. Save that for the fetish guys, okay? The ones you do content for. They want to hear about all of this.
Oh, Karina, sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Timu Fisher. What? I have coffee teeth. How come everyone thumbs up this live? What's going on? It's free.
Pathetic. Begging people to thumbs up the stream so she gets more engagement. That's pathetic, Chantal. You're demanding people do it. The right way to do it is, if you guys want to sub up to me or give me a like, I would really appreciate it. That's the correct way to do it. It's polite. You're demanding people do it. Demanding. That's not going to get you nowhere in life.
You ain't got to give me anything else. Takes a lot of Cuba. Oh, Cuba gives me bad memories, no offense. Oh, yeah, Lily. Car wash with the windows down, bees. Right? Sabre? I used to have a friend. She looked like Beyonce, okay? Anyway, she was really gorgeous.
And I bet you hated her.
Her boyfriend was obsessed with my body, like would ask me questions about like...
What? So you allegedly had a girlfriend that looked like Beyonce and he was like lusting over you? Girl, like, Chantal, are you asleep? Your eyes are open, but are you asleep? Somebody shake Chantal. She needs to wake up. She's dreaming.
Very intimate questions about my body.
Sure, Jan.
Like, what?
Sure, that actually happened. Sure, Jan. Why the F you lying? You're always lying.
Why are you so obsessed? Amsterdam bees. Okay, Josephus, sure. What's very loud? We have less than half a tank of gas. No internet. No gas. Scarlet. Hey, Scarlet. Gynophilia is a mental illness? Hey, Korean what? Did he ask about the fupa? No, because back then I didn't have one. I didn't have one in it was senior year in high school. He was asking other things like the moisture level and stuff like that.
What? Excuse me? What? Now I know you're making stuff up.
Japan? Did you guys see that World of T-shirts is in Japan? He bugged out. Whenever someone says put the fries in the bag, he goes, ah! Ah! I don't like to make fun of him. I'm not making fun because he's autistic.
You better not be making fun of him. You better not. You better leave that person alone.
If I married, what? Hey, baby. Hey, Aurora. Hi. Yes, meal prep. Something like that. You have a meter? Right? Lol cows and waifus? Oh, are you big Korean? Nothing wrong with that. Disney in Japan? Right there? Yeah, he did. He asked that.
No, he didn't. She's making stuff up.
And my friend was just laughing.
Are you sure he wasn't asking you those questions because he was making fun of you?
So we had the unicity. We had breakfast. I'm very full, actually, satisfied.
That's because you ate before you got on camera.
And then I can't wait till tonight.
We have upgraded, y'all. We have evolved. Girl World Chantal has evolved. We've evolved from having a sandwich to having a sandwich and a backup sandwich. And now where we are is we have the off-camera meal and then the on-camera meal. So there's the front meal and then the backup meal. And the backup meal is the one we see on camera.
Anyone from Kuwait in here who has eaten that meat at Tony's at Souk Shark? Is it good? He's in jail now. Hi, Samantha! Just slap them. I shoulda. They literally arrested Josh Block. I think they just detained him, didn't they? Yeah. What happened to Mr. Beast? He's not friends with him anymore?
Is it Mr. Beast? Is she talking about Mr. Beast?
Meat at Tony's, MEAT. Play on the word meat. Meat at Tony's. It's a burger joint on the beach. If I eat a burger tonight, then I can't have anything high calorie for the rest of the day, which I'm not hungry after eating a meal like that. But the thing is that I'm not sure how many calories that had. I'd have to go through each constituent individually and calculate it, which I might do. Sizzler? You guys like the Sizzler? We already had the Sizzler. You want to have it a Sizzler again? The Sizzler's all right. He was targeted for who he is. $600 per sandwich? Wow. That's a lot. So $1,200. Oh, crash outs. You can take the girl out of Cornwall, but you can't take the Cornwall out of the girl. Yeah, I'm still friggin' I don't want to say Western trash because not all Westerners are trash. We're still trash.
No, just you.
I'm still trash.
Chantal, you've gone beyond trash. You fill up the entire dumpster.
I'm still Cornwall trash. Yeah, you live far away from the city. There's lots of nice things around where you live too. Mabula and Mangif. Ah, okay. Yeah, how long can I stay here and use the Wi-Fi for free? Yeah, there's a lot of nice things. Like Fahahil has really nice things. It's right over there.
Chantal, my husband makes lots of money. Also, Chantal, how long can I stay here and use the Wi-Fi for free? What? He's too cheap to buy you extra Wi-Fi?
Well, it's a nice city. She comes on there, acts like a complete Satan, and then talks about, I'm a woman of Christ. Like, what?
Oh, they're talking about Shani.
I know, hey, I'm not a perfect person just because I believe in God. That's what makes me Muslim. But I'm not coming on here and saying that I'm an angel. I'm not coming on here and even talking about religion. You know, I say Bismillah once in a while. Shaitan, yes. Like, all right, let's go to Pizza Hut. I'm just joking.
No, she's not. As soon as she turns the camera off, that's exactly where she's going. Like this, she's gonna have her 2 or 3 meals before she gives the car up to Salah. She's gonna get her food fix in before she gives the keys over.
Can you tell me I'm a nice person? Are you a nice person? I don't know. Yep, and defamation. Yep.
Wait, what a minute. What was this? I'm just trying to get to the end of this because I'm so tired. I ain't gonna lie. I've been up for hours and hours putting these reacts out. Hurry up, Chantal. Either be funny or go away.
Your head is shake. There's probably nothing in there. Probably sounds like my empty Pringle jar. Do you buy pistachio chocolate? Yeah, I wonder if you can get them here now.
Oh my God. You know what? I wish that her lives and her videos, like you could just click on them and you could just mouse over them and see what the different sections contain and then just zip past all of the food talk and the mukbanging and there'd be a section just for discussion. Because if that happened, that's the parts that I would react to. I hate the fact that it's all mixed together. Ugh.
Yes, Aurora, you know, anyway. YouTube lover, apparently no madness, no life madness. And Shani, they're accusing him of being a sex trafficker. I have a snacks cabinet. I would never give anyone diet advice. I didn't try it, SB. Willing participants. She accused you of being a Kuwait Home Depot bucket. Like the one you shit in?
Oh, ow. You know, if the shoe fits, I guess it fits, doesn't it?
With no proof. But we have proof that you shit in a bucket because you said it. Where's your proof that I'm a revolving door here? Like, you're insane.
Chantal, you would gladly be Salah's toilet if he came to you and said, I want you to be my toilet. You'd be down for it in a hot minute. It's right up your alley. It really is. Like, again, like anything sick, disgusting, depraved, perverted, the darker, the kinkier, the wilder, the better. Anything could be to do anything to you and you would not mind. You would look at it as, oh, they're giving me attention. It must be okay. Like, nobody can embarrass you. Nobody can humiliate you. Salah could treat you into a toilet every day. You wouldn't mind.
And why did you go to? That's why they're saying that's why I went to Thailand. To do that over there, to have business over there. No, I went there for visa purposes, for long-term visa.
See, and this is the reason why we get her mad. Because if we say something and she don't like it, then she comes forward with a little bit of truth. There's a purpose to our madness in girl world. Just get her mad and then she'll finally tell the truth. It's sad that we have to make her mad to get the truth, but it is what it is.
Not for tourist visa. Because when you get a family visa, you have to leave the country for a long time while your husband stays in the country to fill out papers and apply for you. That's fucking why, okay?
No. He could have gone with you, but his first trip over to Thailand with you was not a pleasant experience. He was rather embarrassed. You were a drag. You were a burden. And he got dead tired of running around for your food. He said he likes to travel. Why would a person who likes to travel turn down an all expenses paid trip for 6 weeks to Thailand unless the person paying for the trip is so unpleasant that you're like, nope, I'll get more relaxation just staying right here at home. That's how bad you are.
So you can wait all friggin' month long in March for me to travel. It ain't gonna happen.
And that's what you said about Christmas. And what happened? You were at the Aunt Phyllis's house.
Anyways. Idiots. Idiot! Seriously. That's a serious accusation. You have to keep them safe from your husband. Poor teardrop. Savage. I understand visa pain. But the thing is like, people use that as some kind of like flex. Trying to know my visa status. Like, I'm not a native from this country. Of course I'm going to have a visa. And even if it's not, even if it was a tourist visa, who gives a shit? Like, how is that my fault?
It's not about the visa, Chantal. It's the fact that you lie about it. Constantly lying. It all goes back to the lying. It all goes back to just tell the doggone truth. Why is it so hard to tell the truth? It's so easy for everybody else but you. You like to play this stupid game with Girl World, treating your audience, the Girl World audience, the reactors like we're just dumb. When you're the one that's dumb, you're the big stupid idiot that you gave up everything you had in Canada to go chase a guy thousands of miles away in Kuwait who did not want you, who still doesn't want you. You still have it in your head that you think you can buy your way into a man's heart. You can buy his affection. You can buy his attraction. That money just makes everything better. That no matter how awful you are, if you throw enough money at somebody, eventually they'll fall in love. They'll have some sort of connection with you. It don't work like that. It never has. It never will. You could buy Salah everything in the world. It's not going to change how he feels. And no matter how much money you spend on him, you don't own him. You don't own anybody. You don't even own yourself. So if you don't own yourself, how can you possibly own someone else who is not you? You cannot go through life being as awful as you want to be and expect that people are just going to fall in love with the awfulness, because the ones who claim to be in love with your awfulness, well, is because they want something out of you. They don't see you as a person. They see you as a fetish. And they want their fetish out of you. And if you don't give it to them, they walk away. They're going to treat you like a toilet or a sink or something to be used for a certain purpose. And then once they accomplish that purpose, they walk away and don't think of you until the next time they need you. You've turned yourself into that. We didn't. Girl World didn't. That was the path you chose. That's the one you're still choosing.
You're pregnant? Congrats. Is that the one that sounds like she smoked 1,000 cigarettes for breakfast? Take your pick. They all sound like that. Lucy, FFG, No Life Madness, Shani. Who else?
You said we all sound like that, but you're not naming every name.
Kaya, or whatever her name is. They all have voices like that. All of her, like, I don't know. Baby bees are incoming. It's slander. Yes, it is. Yep, and defamation.
Actually, I disagree with you, Chantal. There are some people in Girl World that I love the sound of their voices. And I've told those people, you know, you have an excellent voice for ASMR. You could do ASMR videos and make bank because your voice is so incredibly calming, so pretty to listen to. And there's some people in there like that. They got some pretty voices.
Yep. On hold. Anyway, good thing gas is only like $10 to fill up your tank here. I better go soon.
Again?
Filing visa. Why is Kyle allowed to have a platform talk about a choice of husbands? She's another thing. You guys want to have the Sizzler? Yes, I saw the plane that flipped.
Okay, you know what? She's blah, blah, blahing about food. This react is long enough. This is just supposed to be a part 2. I didn't know it would go on for over 2 hours, but I'm good with that. I'm still up. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm awake. And I think I was a little bit funnier than normal, so I'm good. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.